Hi, I'm Gabriel Pons, and this is part 2 of the wheat paste tutorial that I'm giving. Part 1, of course, we made the wheat paste using flour and water, and here in part 2 we're going to be applying a paper poster to a wall using wheat paste. I'm using a black and white poster cutout, which incorporates my one of my signature pieces here, and we're simply going to be applying it to the wall. What's really fun about doing paper paste ups is you can begin to further remove paper from your cutout to create kind of interesting conditions, whereas the poster will kind of mesh, it'll kind of merge more with the surface that you're pasting it to. Okay, so let's get started. Here I have my paper poster. I'm just going to hang on to that for a second. If you notice, in our last tutorial when we were making the wheat paste, I cooked it till it got nice and thick. I've been using this here and there, and it's been kind of around. Honestly, it's been around for almost a week. I've been keeping it refrigerated. It's a little bit more viscous. It's less like a thick, gluey gravy and more just like a thinned out kind of oatmeal-y mess. I'm using a kind of just a 3-inch, 4-inch brush to wipe it on. If you want to get serious about it, if you're putting a big, huge swaths of paper, you might be good to use a push broom size brush and dip it into a bucket of wheat paste to really cover some area. First thing I do is start to apply my wheat paste to the wall, and I'm basically just eyeballing an approximate area where my poster is going to go, kind of roughly. My poster is about this big, and I just want to cover that area with wheat paste, a thin layer of wheat paste for starters. So, area's covered. What I like to do as well is I like to put a thin layer of wheat paste on the back side of my poster. So here I am just putting a quick thin layer of the wheat paste on the back side of my poster. In fact, as you can see, I'm using the wheat paste that's on the wall to kind of stick and hold it down as I do so. Beautiful. And when applying it to the wall, I simply hold it up as evenly as I can, the way I want to see it. And you can even use your hands to press in. Like I said, wheat paste is very forgiving. What's important is that you don't want to trap a lot of air beneath the poster. So once I apply kind of a central area, then I work out from the center towards the outside to start to press the paper down. And I'm applying a thin coat of wheat paste on my brush and essentially back to the paper. And now what I'm doing is I'm putting a coat of it on top of the paper. See here, I could trap and wrinkle I could trap and wrinkle the paper if I'm too hasty, but instead I'll just kind of work it down. And there you have it. Now, this will take a couple hours to dry because essentially, if you remember, wheat paste is just flour and water. So it's definitely wet. It doesn't feel sticky, it just feels wet. And I'm going around, I'm just gonna wipe a little bit more around the edges to make sure none of the edges peel off. And this should dry up in about 2 hours. It's like 40 or 50 degrees out here today, so it'll take maybe 2 hours. And once it dries, you'll have your graphic, your poster sealed nice and tight to this wall, and it'll be very difficult to remove. All right, so this concludes part 2 of the wheat paste tutorial. Thanks again, and please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as visit our brick and mortar gallery in Fredericksburg, Virginia, PONSHOP Studio. We're at 712 Caroline Street. Please visit our website, PONSHOPstudio.com. And I'm Gabriel Pons, and thanks.
I told you that story to tell you this one.